All right, what's up? What's up? What's up, Migo like geeks and freaks and people that love action figures and toys and shit that makes you reminisce in general. All right, welcome to the channel. I guess I should say welcome. If you're here, we hope you're here because I hope you're going to enjoy what we picked up today. So we did a couple of runs today. First of all, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If you don't, I just hope you had a great Thursday. We got up early, got a few things done, and then we kind of straightened everything out and then decided. I took my daughter. I said, let's go to the comic book shop. So we went to 3 stops today. We went to Comic Crypt in Eatontown, New Jersey. I know some of you guys have been there. Then we went to the Toy and Comic Spot in Brick, New Jersey, which I frequent quite a bit because it's across the street from my daughter's activity on Saturday. Kevin down there's super. Everybody there's super, but Kevin's been exceptionally wonderful. He also goes by In the Ring Collectibles on Facebook if you're looking for him. And then we went to Comic Relief in Tom's River, which is another fun shop. And then on the way back, we stopped at Target. All right, so I'll show you some of the cool stuff. I'm not going to show everything. There's things I picked up today, vintage stuff, cool stuff that I bought as Christmas presents for some of the friends I have in the group and so on that need to be shipped. So I don't want to show them beforehand. So I'll show you some of the other stuff. So the first thing I picked up, I didn't get this last time. I was like, I should have gotten. I left. I'm like, but it was still there. Is the this Playmates Gorosaurus, the 1968 version from the Godzilla series. Now, these figures are not the most posable, but they're cool. They're pretty close to what the movies had to offer, and you can see I have a ton of them over here. There's a whole bunch, almost all of them, and I really enjoy collecting them. So we'll just add them to the shelf. Let's start with the small stuff. The next thing that I'll show you is I love this. This I picked up. I have to take the price stickers off, and everything had a bit of a sale on it, which was great. It was Black Friday. I didn't go for Black Friday expecting any Black Friday sales at comic book shops. Sometimes I'll do stuff. Actually, Kevin at the Toy and Comic Spot told me that they would be doing some stuff, and they were doing a lot. But at least 2 of the comic shops I went to, which were the Comic Crypt and the Toy and Comic Spot, there were comic books that were 50% off. And then there was a range of some of the toys were deducted. They were 10% or 25% off, which was great. I'll have to take this out later because I don't feel like screwing with it right now. But I picked this up. I'm a big fan of The Mandalorian. I love this. It's a black series, but the carbonite set, I guess, Mandalorian. The box is kind of that silver and gold, if you will. I do have the regular Black Series Mandalorian over there somewhere. There he is, right there. But I just love this box. It's kind of in the silver and gold or copperish color, if you will. I mean, gold, copper, and silver. It's a nice box. I really like it. All right, let's go to some of the other stuff. I'll show you some of the nice stuff. So I saw these on the shelf. I've never bought these before. These are these are Boss Fight, right? These are Boss Fight Studio, I think is what it's called. And there's 8 of them. They had 4, and I bought them. I love them. I was just talking to somebody about the figure that I bought that was kind of the Clash of the Titans looking thing. This is really cool. This is the Boss Fight Hacks Gargoyle. You can see it's got this gargoyle figure with the wings in the back. Hopefully you can see that. There's a gargoyle down here. There's all kinds of weaponry and so on in there. And they put a little, I guess they put a little historical information on the gargoyle and so on. And I love these. I've never had them before. Now I want to get the other 4. But the one that drew my attention initially was this one, the Knight of Asperity, which I thought was really cool. It's kind of this skeleton knight, if you will. Actually, there's more than those 8. Are there? No, they're just the 8 from what I'm saying. So there's a few more on there. I love the fact it's kind of the skeleton you can change the head out. I guess you can change some of the hands. These are about 4.5, 4 or 5 inches tall. That's the one that drew my attention. Like, oh, I got to get that. Plus, they were on sale, so why not? Then I showed you the gargoyle, and then we have this one, which is Lacuna. There's a cavern fairy. Still, again, from the same series, if you will. Hopefully you can see that without too much of a reflection on it. And then, of course, the last one, which I got, which this one, I was like, yep, I happen to wear the Dungeons and Dragons Beholder t-shirt today with the D&D hat. So then I came across this Darsalk, I guess his name is, who is the half-orc mage. And there's there's more than that. There's a whole bunch of other series. So apparently there's a lot of these figures. I think I could afford to get them in this range, the price ranges they're running, as long as they're not being scalped up on eBay for too much. And then some of the other things I picked up, I just thought they were cool. I'll show you guys these. I'm not a big He-Man Masters of the Universe collector, but these minifigures I thought were pretty cool. This is a Slime Pit He-Man, and he's about an inch tall. They are posable to a point, believe it or not. There's books or something inside there. I can't quite tell. I have another one that's actually on the card, not in the box, and he comes with his weapon. Who's this? Teela. I think I have this one on the card, or in the kind of the bubble card, window card, if you will. This is He-Man. He does come with a miniature sword and shield that fits this 1-inch figure, which is pretty cool. And then this one, which is the Green Goddess Teela. Again, I'm not really a Masters of the Universe fan, but these figures are really cool. I think there's like 6 of them or something. So it's like, well, they're small enough and they're easy to display, so why not? All right, so here's what I found. It was sitting in the glass, and it was about $100 for it. I didn't even look at it before I bought it. I just said, I'll just take it. And again, everything was 25% off, so that was nice. And the reason I got it is it was sitting in the glass, and it looked like probably too good of a deal not to take. So the first thing I saw was, well, these were all sitting like here. It's a original Mego Batmobile with a Batman and Robin. I noticed Batman had his oven mitts, Robin does not. But all right, that's pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure I have a single oven mitt for Robin floating around somewhere. And then this Joker was there. Batman, Robin, and Joker were probably Batman, Robin, Joker. One Planet of the Apes. I think I had Alan. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I had Alan Vernon. I think I had the other one too. And it's in Planet of the Apes, and that was pretty much it on the Mego side, I think. But Joker was one of the first ones I ever got, and they're in pretty good shape. I mean, the car's a little bit dirty. I'll clean it up a bit, but the figures themselves are in good shape. And I'm not back into collecting Megos or anything like that, but I said, why not? I mean, even this one, he's even got, as bad as the sticker might be, he still has an original sticker on there. He is not a, a cowled Batman. He's got his belt. I mean, he's all original. I talked to the guy. He's all original. I said, that's not bad. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's not. I hate to do this, but I always want to see if they're stirrup pantsed or not. I don't think so. I think this is probably a really bad idea. Okay, so he's there, but I like to check, make sure the toes aren't there. He's a little loose, but he's actually in good shape. So he's played with. He could be restrung. But for the most part, he still has a sticker on there. He's got his boots. He's got his gloves. All right, why not? Then there was Robin. I don't know if, he does have his shoes. I didn't even check. He's pretty dirty. He's probably been sitting there. He does have his belt. It is the plastic belt, not the elastic. He is missing his gloves. I think I have one glove, but his cape's not too frayed. And he's not removable mask, but he's in pretty good shape overall. And they were both sitting in this Batmobile. Let me get this tag off real fast if I can. And then I'll tell you what I paid for it, which I didn't find was too bad. I don't find stuff like this out in the wild too much anymore. The comic shops, there are a few that have some pieces, but I don't really look for them. I kind of got sick of Mego after the whole new Mego fiasco, but this one wasn't bad. I don't know if that Batman sticker is original. I can't even remember if that Batman sticker. I don't think so. I think somebody slapped that Batman sticker on there. The stickers on the side, you can see the marks when they're gone. And it's pretty run up, but it's still got the pipes. They're still here. And so for this, the Batman and the Robin, and the Batman's complete. Robin's just missing his gloves. And he still has most of his original sticker. That was $100. And then the 25% off made it $75. So it was good. And then the Joker was $30, and his 25% off, he was like $23. So why not? I said, that's good. All right. That's some of the small stuff. I'll show you the other big thing in a second. So I did go to some other stores, like I said, and I bought stuff, but I can't show it here because there's people I bought as gifts. So I'll do video and then I'll put it up later at some point. But I did go to Target. Now, one of the things I bought at Target a couple of months ago was the Batman versus, I think, King Kong set. which I thought was really cool. And they said, oh, Superman's going to fight Godzilla, or Superman's going to have a set with Godzilla. I forgot about it. I went to the store and I saw this Godzilla, and then I noticed, I guess they also did a Wonder Woman with Godzilla. Now, I don't know if the Superman Godzilla set was released or not. I'm not sure. And I'm not like a giant Wonder Woman fan, but Godzilla's badass, and you'll see in a moment one of the reasons I like him so much. But Wonder Woman versus Godzilla, like I said, the Batman versus the King Kong's upstairs. And they did her in I guess it's a 7-inch figure, and they did them in a smaller, I guess a 3-inch figure with the Godzilla. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the mix up. I mean, I like the mixing of it. I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman couldn't fight Godzilla, and the scale is way off because there's no way she would even be close to that size in any case. But again, still a cool set. Love that. So when I was leaving the second comic shop, which is Toy and Comic Spot in Brick, New Jersey, as I got to the counter, Amanda had to get Pokemon cards because she loves them. So I always wanted buying stuff there. And she did get some comics at the Comic Crypt. The guys there, Mike there is very nice. And I think there's a couple other guys that work there. Very, very nice guys. Very, very helpful. So Kevin, as I got up to the counter to pay, he says, hey, did you see the Godzilla? And I look and I go, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah. He goes, it still works. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, it lights up and stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, that must be the same Godzilla as the one that I bought. I don't know who makes it. Is it Playmates? Makes the Godzilla that lights up and it blows smoke. He's like, no, it's an older one. It still works. And I said, how much is it? He's like, $50. And I'm like, all right. I said, I don't know where I'm going to put it. He's like, I brought it up because I knew you'd like it. And I do like it. So I'm going to show it to you. I did put batteries in it. I think I have to turn off the lights. I'll show you first with the lights on. So this is from, was this 19... made in Japan. I think it's 1999 Bandai. That's what it is. Yeah, Bandai 1999, made in Japan. And you can see the bottom where all the pieces are. Now, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do. I think it moves. It moves some. The batteries go in here. There's a little thing to lift up to get the batteries out. And you can see he's kind of, actually, I'll turn off the light behind me. That'll probably be better. It's a little bit easier to see. This light's annoying. Okay. So you can see he's quite large. He's probably about 13 inches tall. He's attached to the base, tail, rubbery. The whole thing's rubbery. Made in Japan. You know what that says? Fucking awesome toy. Fucking awesome toy. What's up, Big John? Treehouse is here. The treehouse is here. So I'll show it to you with the lights on, and then we'll do it with the lights off so you can see it. So there is a kind of this crystal rock thing to push in the front here. The on-off switch is over here. We'll turn it on, and it does seem to do stuff. So let's see if it'll do what we want, and then I'll turn off the lights. It'll be a little easier. So press the button. It's the best $50 I ever spent. Let's try with the lights off too. It looks like. Let's see if it'll show on camera. All right, let's try it again. Turn to the front this way. Because when he opens his mouth, you'll see stuff. It's fucking awesome. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put this thing. I have no idea. All I know is I love it. It's fucking fantastic. It'll go great with all the other Godzilla stuff. So I got a bunch of stuff over there by the Godzilla poster. It's in Japanese. I'll probably move him over there. But I love it's the old 1950s, 1960s. I think it's the 50s Godzilla, which I love. I like that so much better. I know it's a little bit cheesier. It's more of the Cookie Monster looking Godzilla, as I like to call it, versus the more modern day one. But I don't like when they make Godzilla with this giant body and this small head. You know, I kind of think Godzilla a little bit of a mix between a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a lizard, and I think his head should be bigger. So I hate when they make those little heads on him. But yeah. But anyway, so those are the pickups for today. I know this is a really long video, but I'm getting dinner ready for my daughter at the same time. So these were some of the things. There's a bunch more stuff upstairs. Like I said, I can't show it now. I'll probably have to put it up after Christmas or after the shit gets mailed or something to get it out there. But not too bad. Like I said, wasn't like too key on the Mego stuff for about $100 for 3 figures in the Batmobile and stickers and everything. I said, yeah, that's not bad. I know there's a Robin glove floating around here somewhere, or there was, unless I gave it away. I might have given it away. But I'll clean them up. They'll go upstairs in the superhero room, and that'll be it. Actually, a funny story. So I had friends and family come over yesterday, and some of them never seen the basement down here in the toy room of Solitude. So I sent them down here, and one of them walks down the stairs, gets to the bottom of the stairs over there, and looks around and looks up to me and goes, "Is this a store?" Almost lost my shit. I was like, "Is this a store?" I just started cracking up. They thought this was a store. So I said, "Yeah, you guys don't spend money on this shit because you probably think it's a big waste." They're like, "Well, no, it's really well organized." I'm impressed. I go, "Well, it could be better." And to be honest with you, I'd love to kind of I don't know when this is going to happen. Maybe this weekend. I do seem to possibly have some time. I'd like to reorganize. I've got so much big gym stuff that needs to be displayed. I'd like to get some of these prominent pieces out in the front. They were impressed with the fact that there's toys back there that are still sealed in the box from the 60s and 70s and 80s. I said, this is actually a small collection compared to some. I know some of you guys have way bigger collections than this shit, that kind of thing. Oh, what is up? Is Buck in here? Yes, Buck, you are here. The Silicon King. I think at the time I used to mold my. Wait, I need glasses. I can't see shit. He says, so John says, toy time. Hey, bud, hope you had a nice day. Thanksgiving was wonderful. Thanksgiving was one. I'll put a couple of these comments up here. Yes, Thanksgiving was wonderful. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. You know, I've spent so many Thanksgivings with just my daughter and I that it was nice to actually have people here to be able to cook again for more than two. It was nice. Zilla, one of my favorite. That is correct. That is, or Gojira, as they say in Japanese. Gojira. And Buck says, I think that's, oh, this is the one you no shit. You molded your suit out of this? So Buck has, he created an 8-inch scale, actually quite a few. So he did a Slee stack for me from Land of the Lost in an 8-inch scale, and it's a rubber suit that goes over an actual Mego figure, Mego style body. Then he did a Godzilla. And that's really cool. And that should be up on the website. Actually, I'll type it in here. If you go to the website, shameless plug. I haven't updated it in a little bit, but and it does need some updates, but it's mymegolike.com. If you go on there, you can go see a bunch of, there's 200 something pages of action figure stuff. And Buck, your stuff should be up there. It should say Felonious Fabrications. Everything's in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for, you don't know, there's a little magnifying glass at the top. You can just type PHAL for Felonious and you'll find it. Off it goes. It's a good thing you don't call it Phallus-onious. But I'm very happy with what came today. I did spend a little more money than I was hoping to spend, but I got a lot of good deals. There's stuff upstairs. Like I said, to give away, it's going to get packed up and given away. Some of it's actually over there. There's something right here. I can't even show you guys on camera because I don't want the dude to see it, that kind of stuff, but we'll get some of that shit together and get it out the door. So I hope you guys have been having a really, really good week so far. I hope your weekend goes absolutely phenomenal. I love this thing. This is 1999. It's just the toys were just different back then. It's almost 30 years old and still working. It's probably because it was made in Japan and not in China, where nothing is really made to last over there. But yeah, very cool figure. It's rubber. It's rubberized, if you will. It's rubberized. It's very, very cool. So, Buck, I wouldn't be surprised if you did it. Now, along this line, there are some really cool action figures. Actually, let's take a little walk, shall we, through the toy room of Solitude. Forgive the mess a little bit. I'll take you guys through a little walk, and you'll see shit behind me as we go from area to area. You're not going to be able to see it all. I've done many, many videos on this, but to show you guys these, so you can show them to you. Okay, so let me move a couple of things. First of all, this is a model Gamera that's motorized, and I actually think I'm going to put it together. I'm actually considering that. Okay. That's by Bandai. I think I'm going to put some of that stuff together. All right, these are some Ultraman figures. These are 5-inch Ultraman figures. The original, and then Dyna, I think, and I can't remember who this one is. And then here is, oh, okay, I just lost the stand for a custom that somebody sent me years ago that I love. All right, so I'll give you a couple looks at these. So these are Medicom. These were stuff I bought when my daughter was probably 1 year old. So they're about 26 years old when I bought them. I did open them, as you can see. I didn't realize collecting that. Don't open the box. This is Godzilla. And what it is there's this Takara Combat Joe, which is basically a 12-inch Japanese G.I. Joe. And he goes inside a rubber suit as if he's the actor in the movie. So he has a T-shirt on. There's a T-shirt on that he wears and shorts to portray this movie. And then he puts a rubber suit on. And it's kind of tough because the rubber over time starts to split. So I don't want to open it. I apologize. This is another one. I think that was one of these is 1954 Godzilla. The other one's like the 1959 or something. This one. But my favorite of all favorites, as you can probably guess, is, of course, the same thing with Gamera. And I love this figure. And I'm seriously considering buying another one and taking this one out and getting another one that's not been opened. It's a rubber suit. The shell goes on. It's just wicked ass. And then I've got Gaios, and I tried to put one together. Again, I didn't realize you don't do this shit. But the wing, the rubber split when it's put together. They just basically use bendy wire in there. This is Gaios, so I basically call Shovelhead. And I've got them. There's a green version, I believe. I think I had the green version and the silver version. Okay, so this one's never been opened. This one hasn't been opened. And I don't know if this is green or silver because I think they did both green and silver. Could be wrong, but this one's been opened. If this one's been opened, which I think, or maybe I opened it sometime later, I got smart and said, only open it from the bottom. That way it looks like it hasn't been opened, but it might be green and silver, or it might just supposed to be. So I have to go back and take a look. I don't remember. But with the wingspan, he's huge. And they look right out of the old Godzilla movies. I mean, they are 100% accurate. They made them to be accurate to the movies, that we used to watch as kids on Channel 11, so on. But I love these things. They're fantastic. And Ultraman was always a hero of mine, but I love the original 60s Ultraman the best, which is this guy. Let's get him back on the stand. I have to figure out a spot to put Gamera. We'll figure out a spot for him later. But Medicom also did these, and they did Mazinga. Was that Mazinga Z? I forget. They did Goldrake or Goldorak or Grendizer. I forgot what this one's called, the Giant Lion. I can't remember. It's been so long. And then a couple others. And again, there's a Japanese G.I. Joe inside of these things. They're really cool. And they're all rubberized suits. So a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of fun. But anyway, that's kind of what I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I love when people come in and make comments. Lets me know you're actually paying. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if this thing will actually make a lot of noise. Lets me know you're going to get a lot of vibration now. Lets me know that you're actually paying attention and somebody's actually watching, which is fun. But if you like, you can go like and subscribe or not. They'll just notify you guys when videos go on. You can also join our Facebook group, which is called Not Migo Like Anymore. We have left that room for a number of reasons, and I don't want to go into it. Yes, it was our room, and yes, I voluntarily gave it up because I just couldn't deal with the bullshit. But you can find us on the Toys We Love. It's a great room. We've been, I think, just shy of 8 weeks or something, and there's like 270 people. I just checked a little while ago, which is great. Love seeing it grow. All right, what are you doing here? Let's see. I'm looking at some of the comments in here. So Buck said, what'd you say, Buck? He said, mine came straight from Hong Kong. Took 5 days. Wow. Straight from Hong Kong. Jesus. Maybe not. Okay. What's he say? Okay, looks the same, but mine is PVC, hard plastic. Okay. And silicone will never crack. Well, it didn't crack. So the rubber suits here, and I don't think they're silicone, Buck. They're not cracking. What happened was the seams ripped. So I guess they use heat to put the seams together. They've ripped, and that's kind of what happened. And that's kind of thing. I think we put Gamera over here by the tanks. Since we have all these tanks, every time you watch a Japanese Godzilla movie, they've always got those little toy tanks that are out there attacking Godzilla and so on. So maybe we can just do that. We'll do that. All right, guys. Yes, there's a lot of shit in here. There's more videos to come, lots of fun stuff. And I wish I could show you the other things I got because some of the stuff is just wicked awesome, from some rack toys from the 70s that I found to quite a few other things that are out there. But had a lot of fun. Gonna go get ready for Christmas. Lots of shit to wrap, lots of stuff to put together. And hope you guys are having a great time. And talk to you soon. Be good. Peace.